What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Limitless Motorsports Garage. I'm David, and this is my 03 Ford Explorer work truck. I use it to do just deliveries and just simple stuff with, but today we're going to be replacing these old dingy headlights. And let me move y'all back just a little bit. And today we're putting in a new set of headlights. Yeah, they're black. Yeah, the truck's green. Yeah, it may not match. I don't really care. Like I said, it's a work vehicle, and I got these at a pretty cheap price. So we are going to get started. I'm going to pull y'all out of the tripod real quick to show y'all what we got to do here. So in order to change these headlights out on these Explorers, you literally just pull this tab, and generally they slide right out, but of course, you know, it's not going to cooperate with me right now, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this headlight was apparently broken in there, but you pull up on these little lock tabs like this, and literally that's all that holds the headlights in place. So there's one here, and the assembly should slide right out. And then what you're going to do is, I'm just going to slip the bulbs out of mine real quick, because I don't know if these new ones came with bulbs or not. Set this out gently, and then there is a 7mm bolt right here. Take that out, and then the corner light comes right out with it. Like I said, I don't know if these came with bulbs or not, so we're just gonna, these corner lights are still in like really good shape. We'll probably keep those for backups, spares, but those headlights are cooked. So I'm gonna put y'all back on the tripod, and then we'll get right back into it, and I'll pop this side out. Whoever in the hell designed this right here, thinking this would be a good idea, instead of just using standard hardware, nuts and bolts to put this in, have a nice day. So we got the headlight part in. So on the back, I'll show you guys off on the one that's out of the car. So those little lock tabs, there's these like little nubs right there that see those little slats there and there. Well, that's your adjustment rod for your height on your headlights. So in order to get these in, the reason why I didn't film it was because I was fighting with it for just a minute. So you have to keep the corner light out. Put the bottom one in first, put the top one in, push it in, and then lock them in place. Then put this side in, lock it in place. Leave the adjustment rod where you can adjust it. Okay, then what you're gonna do is take your lovely corner light here. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so bear with me. And you're gonna line that up there. And then there's two little nipples right here and rubber grommets. Just take it and push it in place. Now, the headlight does need to be adjusted, so I'm going to adjust it after I'm done. But what you're going to do is take your little boat. Like I said, bear with me. I'm trying to do this one-handed. And then I'm going to get this started, then I'll be right back. Okay, we got it started. It didn't take just a second. And then hand tighten it. Take your ratchet. Make sure you're tightening it up. Hand tight, people. You don't have to over torque it. That is a very, very fragile bolt. But yeah, I know that's not the most ideal look, you know, black tinted headlights and a green truck, but hell, honestly, it's a huge improvement over obviously this what it looked like stock. So I did find these fog lights. This one didn't come with them. I found them at the junkyard. I was able to get the fog light covers, the fog lights, the wiring harness, and the switch for it for like 30 bucks. So I do need to run in a relay, and I'm gonna wire them in. That's gonna be another video. That's not gonna be a today video because we've got a lot to do on that. So obviously I kind of already showed you guys the process of taking the headlight out, putting new headlights in. I'm gonna flip it around. I'm gonna keep recording. I'll let you guys, you know, watch me struggle a little bit. And then, yeah, that'll be just about it for today's video on this. And then I've got some stuff to record on the Accord today. So, all right, be right back. So if you order headlights for your Explorer or any other vehicle for that matter that's kind of older, keep in mind these old connectors, they've got dirt, grime, and everything else in them. It's best to put some kind of penetrant in there, electrical safe penetrant. That way you can pop these connectors loose, because they are going to be stubborn as hell to get out. If you pop these clips, sometimes they won't seal correctly, and then, you know, it's going to allow moisture to get in, and it's going to fry your connector, fry your bulb. The best thing to do is, if you do break that connector, is to see if you can source a new one, or go to your local pick apart, junkyard, whatever, and just cut you one off. It's not that hard to depin it and repin it. We're going to be doing some wire repair on the Accord, just a couple that need to be fixed. So we're going to be doing some depinning, some soldering, and some repinning, and we'll show you guys how to do that as well. But keep in mind, whenever you're taking these connectors loose, even on newer cars, get some of the electrical grease to put in these sockets, especially with for the bulbs and stuff like that, because not only does it keep the dirt and grime and moisture from getting inside the socket, it makes it easier to get the connector loose later on down the line. So like I said, we're going to take these mint stock headlights and replace them. We're gonna have to get some new turn signal bulbs. The paint's peeled off of them. Might buy some LED ones. I'm gonna keep these corner lights. These corner lights are actually looking almost like, I won't say brand new, but they're in really, really great shape. So we tend to try to keep good stuff, because you never know when something's gonna happen. Something's gonna break. is like one of the dumbest designs I've ever seen in regards to using hardware to install a set of headlights. Oh, I love it. So this is one of those cases you kind of get what you pay for. So the issue that I'm having is that this piece right here, this plastic piece, is way too far down. So what we might do is take the stock one off and put it on here and go from there. So give me just a few minutes and I'll be right back. All right, so in order to do this, if you need to swap these over, is you need a 10 Torx bit, and you're gonna take these 3 bolts out, or screws, sorry. Hell, they're not even really tight. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even using the ratchet. These are like pretty, I mean, you don't have to over torque them anyway, it's just plastic. So you're gonna use this assembly. Oh. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna take the one off the new headlight because this piece won't adjust out correctly. So we're just gonna swap it with the stock unit. That's the unfortunate thing of buying stuff offline at times, is it doesn't always fit correctly. And sometimes you can use stock hardware to make it work. It's like the same way I tell everybody that works on Hondas in general. Hondas do not typically like to use aftermarket gaskets, especially when it comes to the exhaust. They prefer their OE gaskets. They seal the best with OE gaskets. I'm a huge advocate for Felpro, and even Felpro sometimes just don't quite seal up the exhaust like you need it to. So there we are, that piece is off. And looky right there. Stock piece slides right in, and instead of putting those stupid Torx bits back in there, I'm just going to use the hardware that was supplied with the new one, and it's just a Phillips head. Anytime I say the words, today's going to be a quick, simple install, it always bites me in the ass. Every time. So I think I'm just going to quit saying that, because there's times where I've been like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go out here and do something simple as, you know, change a sensor out, and then, you know, 2 hours later, it's like still trying to get the sensor out. Just like recently I came over here to change my exhaust gaskets out to put stock ones back in, and when I had went and had some exhaust work done, the place that did the exhaust work rounded off 2 of my nuts for my flange that meets what goes from my downpipe to my exhaust. Okay, now, oh yeah, there we go. Set these up here because we don't need those. Pop our bulbs back in. Alright, so what seems to be the major malfunction here, right? what we're gonna do. We are just gonna replace both pieces from the stock unit over to the new headlight because I am getting a little on the impatient side and I have other things I need to do today, and I really can't keep wasting more time on this. So my recommendation is, if you do order a set of headlights for your Ford and it uses these stupid lock tabs instead of regular hardware like the rest of the world, is to swap over your stock pieces, adjustment pieces. Because if not, you're going to struggle like I am right now. And there's really no way to put these, you can't put these on the wrong way, they only go on one way. So, let's get these screws in, after I keep dropping one. Don't worry, all this is gonna be in the clip, because it kills me to see big YouTubers, and I watch big YouTubers, they like to cut out, you know, the struggle, a lot of the struggle part of working on cars. Me, I put it in there because I like to be more realistic. Too many people post on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, like, oh, this is perfect. This part came off perfectly. This part went back in perfectly. Yeah, it's never that simple. All right, so let's try this one more time, shall we? Issue. You gotta give them a little persuasion to get in there. Hey, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. Those old clips, the retaining clips for the headlights, sometimes, like, because of all the grinding in there, you gotta tap on them just a little bit. You ain't gotta beat the hell out of them, you just gotta tap on them and they'll lock into place. So let's get the other corner light. Get the bulb in. get y'all off the tripod here. Yeah, that looks 1,000 times better, man. Those old headlights were so freaking dingy and disgusting, it wasn't even funny. So it did scratch the bumper a little bit. Like I said, it's a work truck, don't really care. I've got some scratch remover in the shop anyway that we're actually going to be showing you guys how to remove light surface scratches on your car, as well as some other things. That's going to conclude this video for today. We are fixing to head down and get the tires mounted and balanced for the Accord. So I'll see y'all on the next one.